a good build for those who like to get a lot of Zerglings early on and even throughout the late game, because of the Zergling speed. Whoo! It really gives the Zerglings a huge boost. Makes them all much faster. Makes getting surrounds easier. It's all around great. You can send a Zergling, it'll go zoom into the base, and then if you run shot, zoom all the way back. So yeah, and then once the spawning pool comes out, is oh, look at that! My goodness, forgot what I was doing there. Anyways, so by the time the spawning pool comes out, you would want to get the queen. Now the queen. Oh god, what's that? Oh no, my overlords. This guy is so dead. Anyways, the queen is a cool new unit in StarCraft. Ooh, we missed that. Let's see it spawn. Wait for it. Okay. Now, the queen is a very very vital unit in when you play Zerg. Why? Because of a little ability called Spawn Larva. This is what I'm gonna do now. Check it out. Boom! So I just puked larva eggs all over the hatchery. What happens is after certain period of time, more larva will spawn. So not only is the hatchery producing larva, but you are getting extra larva as well. I think about 4 or 3. So this would make making drones and probes and whatever. This would make macroing for Zerg that much. It'll make it easier because hey, larva, and we all know that Zerg is all about larva. If you don't have larva, you can't make a thing. So yeah, that was basically it. What you'd normally want to do is, ooh, I even blew that up. Get your hatchery at 14, then get your spawning pool at 13. Just keep producing drones. And I got supply block because the overlord here died. Oh, and yeah, just keep macroing the drones. From here, you can either transition into a roach warren, or we could even transition to expanding. And from there, this is basically a great way to start out as Zerg. Just simple, the simplest of simple opening builds. Like I said, for noobs. Noob guide to noobs. And lastly, let's check out the Terran build. Hello, someone texted me. There. Okay. The third and final race that I'll be showing is the Terran. Then, ooh, there's a nice flip. So standard. This is like the opening every single person does, right? Now the thing about Terran, they say this is the most overpowered race and the most played race. I noticed that when I recently started laddering, 3 out of every 5 players I know, or not really know, 3 of every 5 players I've actually played with were all Terran and 1 Zerg, and around 2 Protoss, something like that. So around around 9, that's when you want to get your first supply depot. Now the new thing about StarCraft 2 is before you could either choose to go to build a barracks directly or a supply depot, but recently with the recent patch, you need to have a supply depot before you can make a barracks, which I'm not really down with, because ever since the Brood War days, you always had the choice to build a barracks first before the supply depot. So it's kind of breaking away. It kind of breaks away from tradition, if you think about it. So yeah, right after that, the supply depot finishes, you get your first racks, then continuously pump out SCVs. Now I'm not exactly sure about the timing of the refinery. Some people like to get the refinery really early, so that by the time this barracks finishes, they can immediately put an add-on right away. Now the add-on on raxes or barraxes or whatever the plural form is you can actually put an add-on. I'm sure if you remember it back in Brood War, The only buildings that can actually have an add-on, if I recall correctly, were the factory and the starport. But now you can add react an add-on to barracks, to the barracks or to the barrackses or whatever. Oh god. So yeah, and at around 14 or 15, this is when you want to get your orbital command. Now, um, oh yeah, oh no, oops, no way, not gonna see that. And also with the command center, you can transform it in, you can morph, not really morph. Okay, you can upgrade it into two. Uh, you can either upgrade it into an orbital command, which allows you to do that. You can upgrade it to an orbital command or a planetary fortress. Now, what the orbital command is it is what it is. It's an upgraded form of the command center where you get three neat abilities. First, you can call down a mule, which is what I did here. The mule is basically a harvester that harvests about like 20, 10 or something. But more or less in their entire lifespan, which is about a minute. Okay, 1.5 minutes. They can harvest up to 300 minerals in 1 minute and 30 seconds, which is cool. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's go to the income tab. Before the mule delivers its package, I am at around 400 minerals per minute. But looky, when the mule comes, booyah! Huge spike. So basically, the mule increases the efficiency of mining minerals, which is always good, right? So as you can see here, once you get enough money for your add-on, you like to put normally one. You like to get one with a reactor. This one is a tech lab. One with a tech lab and one with a reactor. Now, what the reactor does is it gives you the ability to build the other units, like the Marauder, the Reaper, and it also allows you to research um, things. I'm out of words. Basically, allows you to research these stuff. Look at that. Ooh, you have combat shields, which gives Marines extra 10 life. Of course, the all-important stim pack. And what I got here is actually this one, concussive shells. So yeah, I'm going basically for a 3 barracks opener. This build is good for, you know, early pushing, early aggression. This is a great build for one basing turn. You know, if you plan to stay on one base for quite some time before you actually get your expansion. So yeah, that's basically it. As you can see, I'm continuously producing SCVs. And ooh, ugly APM. Never mind. Remember not to get yourself supply block. Ideally, you want to look at this and this most of the time. The minimap. This one, so that you won't. You'll be constantly be aware of your economy if it's doing well. And of course, you won't supply block yourself. You will know when to build a supply depot. And yeah, that's basically it. Great. So, those were the basic builds for Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. Hopefully, a lot of you new players got something out of it. I know a lot of the bronze players, the higher level players already know this. So I guess they won't watch this anyway. Oh, poor me. But like I said, this channel is... Don't expect a lot of high level stuff from this channel yet, since I have just started playing StarCraft 2. I do hope to improve my skills as I move along, as I grow in the StarCraft world. Yeah. I don't know, but this game is just awesome. Look at the details. Look at the graphics. It's look at that crisp graphics. Ooh, look at the side blades and all. This is just a beautiful game. And it would be really nice, you know, if this game got really popular in the Philippines. Because I'm sure there are still a lot of die-hard StarCraft players out there, Brood War players, and I'm not sure if they've actually gotten into playing StarCraft 2 yet because of the price tag. Yeah. How much does it cost here in the Philippines? It costs around 3,500 Philippine pesos, or however you want to pronounce it, which translates into about 70 bucks in the States. I wonder how. Yeah, a lot of um, people who do play don't want to make that investment, but believe me, this game is really really worth the investment. It's great. The story, especially if those who want to find out what happens after Brood War, because it leaves you hanging. Oh, what happens now? What happens to the universe? What happens to Jim Raynor? What happens to Kerrigan? She's now the queen of the Zerg. Oh, the Overmind is Tassadar. Tassadar, no, Tassadar. You gave your life for Ire. So yeah, I mean, if you really, especially for those who want to follow the story, you definitely got to buy this game. They have great cinematics, just awesome storyline, and him. We've been waiting for the next. Ooh, yeah. Funny thing, the AI actually GG's when you basically have him beat. So yeah, so that was my first ever video. Yay! Yahoo! Oh! So that was basically the basic builds for Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. To the new players, I hope you got something out of it. To the old players, rage all you want, rage. Ooh, you're such a noob. Ooh, whatever. I'm gonna do my thing. I want to promote this game in my country. I want a lot of Filipinos to get into this game because it's really fun. It's really fun. It's really worth 3,500 pesos and and it's really worth the investment. If you really want to have fun, a game that basically gives you a whole lot of things to do, you definitely gotta get this game. So that's it for my first video, and Dr. Jimmy Hajime, out. Bye bye. Yeah.